Hello and welcome to our video about the life of William Shakespeare, one of the most famous and influential writers in history. In this video, we will take a closer look at the life of this literary icon, his early years, his career, and his lasting legacy. Early life. William Shakespeare was born in Stratford-upon-Avon, England in 1564, the third child of John Shakespeare and Mary Arden. John Shakespeare was a glove maker and a member of the town council, while Mary was the daughter of a wealthy farmer. William grew up in a comfortable, middle-class household and attended the local grammar school. As a young boy, Shakespeare would have been exposed to the rich culture of the Elizabethan era, with its vibrant theatre scene and bustling city life. At school, he would have learned Latin and Greek, as well as literature and history. It is likely that these early experiences helped to shape Shakespeare's love of language and storytelling, which would become the hallmarks of his later work. Marriage and family. At the age of 18, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, a woman 8 years his senior. Anne was from a nearby village called Shottery, and the couple likely met through mutual acquaintances. Anne was pregnant at the time of their marriage and gave birth to their first child, a daughter named Susanna, 6 months later. 2 years after Susanna's birth, Anne gave birth to twins, a boy named Hamnet and a girl named Judith. Despite these early family responsibilities, Shakespeare continued to pursue his literary ambitions. In the late 1580s, he left Stratford-upon-Avon for London, where he began working as an actor and playwright. Career beginnings. Shakespeare's early career in London was marked by his work as an actor in various theatre companies. He quickly established himself as a talented performer, and his reputation as a writer soon followed. In the 1590s, he began writing plays for the Lord Chamberlain's Men, a leading acting company in London. Shakespeare's early plays were historical dramas, such as Henry VI and Richard III, which were well received by audiences. These plays showcased his talent for vivid storytelling and his ability to capture the complexities of human relationships and political intrigue. Career success. In the 1590s and early 1600s, Shakespeare's career continued to flourish. He wrote some of his most famous plays during this time, including Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and The Merchant of Venice. These plays were highly successful and helped to establish Shakespeare as one of the leading playwrights of his time. Shakespeare's plays were known for their rich characters, complex plots, and powerful language. His work explored themes such as love, power, and morality, and he was able to capture the full range of human emotion in his writing. His plays were popular with both the aristocracy and the general public, and he was able to make a comfortable living from his work. Later life. In the early 1600s, Shakespeare's career continued to flourish, and he wrote some of his most famous plays, including Hamlet, Othello, and King Lear. However, in 1613, the Globe Theatre, where many of Shakespeare's plays had been performed, burned down. Shakespeare retired from the theatre and returned to Stratford-upon-Avon, where he spent the rest of his life. During this period, Shakespeare continued to write, but he also became involved in local affairs. He served as a member of the town council and invested in local properties. He also spent time with his family, including his wife Anne and their children. Shakespeare died on April 23, 1616, at the age of 52. His death was widely mourned, and he was buried in the chancel of Holy Trinity Church in Stratford-upon-Avon. In the years since his death, Shakespeare's legacy has only grown. His plays are still performed around the world, and his words continue to inspire and captivate audiences. Shakespeare's work has had a profound impact on the English language and on literature as a whole. He is credited with inventing hundreds of words and phrases that are still in use today, such as eyeball, swagger, and bedroom. His writing has also influenced countless writers and artists over the centuries, from Charles Dickens to Alfred Hitchcock. In addition to his literary legacy, Shakespeare's life has also been the subject of much interest and speculation. Despite the fact that he is one of the most famous writers in history, little is known about his personal life. Some have even questioned whether he wrote the plays that bear his name, but most scholars agree that he is indeed the author of his works. Conclusion. In conclusion, William Shakespeare's life was a remarkable journey from a small town in England to the global stage. He was a master storyteller who explored the complexities of the human experience and helped to shape the English language and literature as we know it today. While much remains unknown about his personal life, his legacy as a writer and cultural icon is secure. One controversial fact about William Shakespeare is the debate over whether he actually wrote the plays and poems attributed to him. This theory, known as the authorship question, suggests that Shakespeare was not the true author of his works and that they were instead written by someone else or a group of writers. One theory is that Edward de Vere, the Earl of Oxford, was the true author of Shakespeare's works. Supporters of this theory point to similarities between de Vere's life and the events depicted in Shakespeare's plays. However, there is little concrete evidence to support this theory, and most scholars believe that Shakespeare was indeed the author of his plays and poems. Another theory is that Shakespeare's works were actually written by Francis Bacon, a philosopher and writer who lived during the same time period as Shakespeare. Supporters of this theory argue that Bacon's writing style and intellectual interests are similar to those found in Shakespeare's plays. However, like the de Vere theory, there is little concrete evidence to support the idea that Bacon was the true author of Shakespeare's works. Despite these theories, the vast majority of scholars and literary experts believe that William Shakespeare was indeed the author of the plays and poems attributed to him. However, the authorship question continues to be a topic of debate and speculation among Shakespeare enthusiasts and scholars. The authorship question has been a topic of debate for centuries, and it has led to various conspiracy theories and alternative theories about the true authorship of Shakespeare's works. Some supporters of the alternative theories argue that Shakespeare's background and education were insufficient to produce such masterpieces of literature, and that he lacked the necessary knowledge and experience to write about certain historical and cultural contexts. However, most scholars dismiss these theories as unfounded and lacking in evidence. They argue that Shakespeare's works are the result of his genius as a writer and his deep understanding of human nature, rather than any external factors such as education or background. In addition, many scholars point to the numerous references to Shakespeare as the author of his works during his lifetime, including in published works and contemporary accounts. Despite the controversy surrounding the authorship question, the legacy of William Shakespeare remains secure. His plays and poems continue to be studied, performed, and celebrated around the world, and his influence on literature, language, and culture is immeasurable. William Shakespeare is one of the most significant figures in the history of art, and his impact on literature, theatre, and culture has been profound and enduring. Here are some of the ways in which Shakespeare's work has influenced and shaped art throughout human history and continues to do so today. 1. Shakespeare's influence on literature. Shakespeare's plays and poetry are considered some of the greatest works of literature in the English language, and his influence on subsequent writers has been immense. 1. His works have been translated into numerous languages and continue to be studied, adapted, and reimagined by writers and scholars around the world. 1. His characters, themes, and literary techniques have become archetypes and touchstones for generations of writers, from the Romantic poets of the 19th century to contemporary novelists and playwrights. 2. Shakespeare's influence on theatre. Shakespeare's plays were hugely popular during his lifetime, and they continue to be performed and studied in theatres around the world today. 2. His influence on the development of theatre as an art form is immeasurable, and his plays are known for their complex characters, intricate plots, and powerful language. 2. Shakespeare's use of verse and prose, his use of soliloquies and asides, and his exploration of universal themes such as love, power, and revenge have all had a lasting impact on the art of theatre. 3. Shakespeare's influence on culture. Shakespeare's works have become an integral part of the cultural fabric of English-speaking societies, and his language, characters, and stories have permeated popular culture in countless ways. 3. Shakespearean phrases and idioms, such as, "to be or not to be," and "all the world's a stage," have become part of the English language, while Shakespearean characters and stories have been adapted and reimagined in everything from movies and television shows to video games and comic books. 4. Shakespeare's influence on the human experience. Shakespeare's works are known for their exploration of the human experience, and his characters and themes continue to resonate with audiences today. 4. From the universal themes of love and loss to the complexities of human nature and the struggles of power and politics, Shakespeare's works speak to the timeless truths and challenges of the human condition. 4. His ability to capture the complexities of human emotion and behavior continues to make his work relevant and resonant for audiences of all ages and backgrounds. In conclusion, William Shakespeare's impact on art throughout all of human history and the present day cannot be overstated. His works continue to be studied, performed, and celebrated around the world, and his influence on literature, theatre, and culture is immeasurable. Through his language, characters, and themes, Shakespeare has touched the hearts and minds of countless people over the centuries, and his legacy as one of the greatest artists of all time is secure. Here are a few additional unique details about the life of William Shakespeare that you may find interesting. 1. Shakespeare's plays were performed in various locations, including the Globe Theatre and the Blackfriars Theatre in London, as well as in the courts of Queen Elizabeth I and King James I. 2. While Shakespeare is often celebrated for his plays, he also wrote poetry. 2. His most famous poems include Venus and Adonis and The Rape of Lucrece. 3. Shakespeare's work was popular during his lifetime, but it wasn't until after his death that it truly gained widespread acclaim. 3. In the 18th and 19th centuries, his plays were elevated to the status of literary classics, and his work continues to be studied and performed today. 4. Shakespeare's plays often explore themes of love, power, revenge, and ambition. 4. He was also known for his use of symbolism and metaphor, which helped to create memorable and powerful characters and situations. 5. Shakespeare's legacy has extended beyond literature to other forms of art, including film and music. 5. His plays have been adapted into countless films, ranging from traditional period dramas to modern retellings set in contemporary times. 5. Additionally, his words have been set to music in various forms, including operas, musicals, and pop songs. 6. Shakespeare was married to Anne Hathaway, who was 8 years older than him. 6. They had 3 children together, a daughter, Susanna, and twins, Hamlet and Judith. 6. Sadly, Hamlet died at the age of 11, which some scholars believe may have influenced Shakespeare's later writing. 7. While Shakespeare is known for his plays, he was also an actor and shareholder in the Lord Chamberlain's Men, a popular theatre company of the time. 7. He performed in some of his own plays and is believed to have played the roles of King Lear, Hamlet, and Othello, among others. 8. Despite his success as a writer and performer, Shakespeare faced criticism from some of his peers. 8. Robert Greene, a playwright and pamphleteer, referred to him as an upstart crow in a 1592 pamphlet. 8. Despite this, Shakespeare's talent and popularity continued to grow. 9. Shakespeare's plays were not only popular in England, but also abroad. 9. They were translated into multiple languages, including German, French, and Dutch. 9. Today, his plays are performed and studied all over the world and have been translated into hundreds of languages. 10. Shakespeare's writing style is notable for its use of iambic pentameter, a type of verse that consists of 10 syllables per line, with the stress falling on every second syllable. 10. This gives his writing a distinctive rhythm and helps to create a sense of musicality and lyricism. We hope these additional details have helped to enhance your understanding of Shakespeare's life and legacy. Thank you for watching this video about the life of William Shakespeare. We hope you have gained a greater appreciation for this literary legend and the impact he has had on the world. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.